And we
Boom.
back. And we back. What's up, big dog?
Happy almost New Year.
Happy talking to you under the ocean year.
A little bit closer every second.
Every time.
I'm
Just
getting
a
my
little
floaties
bit
ready.
closer.
I'm
A
getting my floaties
little bit.
ready. As my house value keeps going up, so does the ocean. I
Yeah,
think that's how it
so
correlates.
rolling in hot to this podcast with all of like what did you take a cat nap? Didn't you
No,
sleep?
I didn't get any sleep. I'm running off of zero sleep since 4 o'clock yesterday. It's
Uh,
fantastic. I really feel like it's like a new high. I think I found a euphoric state of not knowing what the hell is going on.
right? It's funny like when you don't get sleep how like you realize how important it is. Like how
For
critically
sure. Like
vital,
the
vital.
body is running. It's just hard to comprehend things. You know,
Mhm.
like my gym trainer moved to a new gym today. He moved to We had a crunch open up
Mhm.
nearby, so we went over to a crunch. So I went in there to get basically all my stuff set up. And he was like, "All right, you want to go work out?" I was like, "No, man, that's not. I'm talking to you. That's my workout right now. Is the fact that
Yeah,
my
yeah.
brain is
That's what I'm
comprehending,
after. That's
comprehending
what I
what I'm
want.
doing right now." But yeah, like I've been having trying to get this tile done all week, and so the only time I can really focus on it is in the middle of the night. So I was up all night, but I have a little bit more to go,
Seems
and then I'm done.
incredibly unhealthy.
Oh, incredibly! I don't know why I was like, oh yeah, let's take on. This seems like a great idea. I don't want to pay that much to do the tile. I think I can do this pretty quickly within a week. You know, I,
How
I
long are you? Is it 2 weeks in?
I
Three
think
weeks?
it's going 2 weeks in, and I should be done by the weekend. But man, it has made me appreciate that trade, like of them
Yeah.
doing it and the time that they do. What they can knock this out so quickly, and I'm
Mhm.
trying to like cut and measure every little piece, screwing up, throwing that tile out the window because I screwed that up. It's been
How much
it's
money
been
did you save?
interesting. I think I
$1,000.
probably saved uh probably $500 now after
Fuck yeah.
all is said is done. But like that's all that time that I've spent easily is
So much time.
well over $500, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
have all the equipment now if I ever want to do it, and then um,
What
you
you
know,
want?
I probably will as I'm trying to like
Okay.
remodel homes and like rental properties and stuff. I want to start doing
Sure.
that, but um, like for example, right? I'm gonna have my bathroom remodeled, and I'm gonna have to have the tile done. I'm not gonna do that myself. I'm just gonna pay that guy
Yeah.
to do it. If
Yeah.
I anything intricate like that, no. If it's like a living room, square, very easy, you know, I can knock that out because I found myself picking it up as I've gone along, right? A little bit faster and a little bit faster. But I also stabbed myself with a box cutter. Like,
Oh, how
well,
deep?
it went. It My knuckle stopped it
Mm.
right to the right of the
I
knuckle.
mean, that if you ask me, like that's the whole purpose behind bone, is to really get in the way of knives going all the way through.
Thank goodness we have bones. I think you're right. That's why they were put there. Just when like who our maker was making, they were like, you know what, this guy's gonna freaking stab himself.
This
Let's
guy
let's go.
doesn't know what's going on,
Let's put the
man.
artery behind the bone, and then that way when he shoves that thing in, it's not gonna be so bad. And thank goodness he did, because man, I stabbed myself. And then of course it was Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve, so nothing's open. I'm like, the only thing is open right now is the one emergency room that everyone's trying to use right now. So I just like wrapped it up, hope for the best, and then like a few hours later, I saw the bleeding stopped, and I was like, all right,
Dude, on
I think
Christmas Day,
we'll be
Abby's
all right.
mom backed into her dishwasher and sliced her Achilles open, and I was like, sick,
No.
sick. It wasn't that deep, but I was looking into that, and I was like,
Oh,
the
oh.
Achilles is one of those things. It's like it's kind of like the skin between your index finger and your thumb. How that's like really tight, right? Or like some of these just ligaments where you're like, man, that Achilles though, like that is just a rubber band waiting to go
That's
back
what that
there.
reminds me of, is like if you got like a paper cut right here
Yeah,
between the thumb
yeah,
and the finger, or
yep.
just in between your finger. That's what the Achilles reminds me of. So
It takes
it
forever to heal.
if you ever hear that with like football players or soccer players tore their Achilles, I just cringe immediately because I'm like, oh, just I can't.
Have you ever
imagine
seen
what
one
that
that's
pop-
torn too? By the way, how the muscle shoots up the calf. I mean, it like literally just
Is it
knots up.
pop? Does it pop? Because I've seen like
Yeah.
when you see like a hamstring
Yep.
pop, you see it bounce.
Mhm.
Is that kind of what it's like?
Yeah. It'll just like the muscle will shrink up into the calf area.
That's what you're looking for, you know.
That is not what you're looking for. Oh man, I was like cringing so hard when I saw it go down, and luckily she was fine. We didn't have to do a hospital trip. But I
No.
mean, it's like no, I mean it wasn't that deep, right? It was just kind of surface level. But that area, it's like your forehead, right? It doesn't take much, but your forehead's gonna bleed a lot because that skin's so
Yeah.
tight. Yeah. I was like, fuck, that's not what you want, man. And by the way, welcome back to the show. If you don't know who we are, we're the Professional Hippies. So we like to bridge the gap between the hippie woo woo and the high achievers. And right now, man, we're in a figuring ourselves out process. We're somewhere between Caitlyn Jenner and Eminem's trying to color code themselves. So we are, moved into a new spot, and we're virtual now. So today I applied for Spotify video for creators. So hopefully that you can watch us on the Spotify platform soon. If not, you can find us, I don't know, wherever the fuck Google takes you. You're listening to us. So it's like, if
you've made it here somehow. So
if you want my social security number, just write me. You can send an email to Dylon. I don't know what you want from us, but here we are. Welcome to our show.
Oh my gosh.
For myself. Fuck the intro. Go listen to another show for the intro. How about that? But so
how long have we been saying too we're gonna get a new intro?
Well, I mean, we can just there it is. That's the new intro.
That's it. 3 second blurb.
Have you seen the podcast but outside, guys?
What?
Have you seen the podcast but outside, guys?
No.
The podcast is called Podcast but Outside.
No, I haven't seen that at all.
Hysterical, man. They got me the other day. It's kind of like the 60-second podcast on TikTok.
Oh, so, cool.
These guys just set up a table, kind of like Change My Mind. You know, that dude that looks to search shit up. So they just have a sign on the front of their table that says Podcast but Outside, and people just join in. And I've watched a couple of their clips, and I'm like, man, they get some primo material out of people. I don't know what it is about sticking a mic in someone's face, but they're like, hey, let me tell you some fucked up shit.
How many times do they have to do that, though? You know, like the Channel 5 guy.
Oh, no, they're not walking up to anybody.
Oh.
They're like hanging out. They got a table with a banner. It says Podcast but Outside, and they just got 2 extra microphones set up. They're just talking about shit, and people just come up, and they're like, hey, what's up? And they're like, yo, you just want to sit down?
Like what I kept wanting to do at a festival, just set up the podcast there, and then have that happen. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the Therapy Gecko. That's the Therapy Gecko. That's one of my favorite other podcasts. I just like to see clips of.
Oh, the green dude?
Yeah. People call it for the weirdest stuff.
Yeah, like one guy was like, hey, I got an interview for my dream job, and I'm kind of nervous. And he was like, why? And he was like, well, I got to take a P test, and I did, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail. And he goes, well, don't you think your dream job would be the job that allows you to do drugs? He was like, damn, thanks, man.
There was another one where I saw where a guy called in. He was like, yeah, I'm a sign spinner. I really like doing my job. I went to school for communication. I was able to apply. I got a degree in communication. I was able to apply and get this job. And I've been spinning it for this tech guy. And there's this pet shop owner. He's trying to snipe me and get me. He came and talked to me. So hopefully I get a call back from him soon. And Gecko guy was like, glad you found a use for your degree. That's awesome.
How much does a sign spinner make an hour?
At least minimum.
Well,
At least if you're being paid.
there you have it, folks. Any fucking profound wisdom you need, come to us. Dylon is your source. Your well.
Or if it's under the table, probably $5 an hour.
I mean, but those guys really do a good job spinning those signs.
Some do. I come by Florida, as you know, Florida's got them everywhere. Some are better than others, you know.
Dude, I haven't found but maybe one good one in Florida ever. There's shit in Florida. I find when I go out of state to like big cities like Chicago, Buffalo, San Diego, I've seen some good sign spinners out in those areas. I've seen a few
here. My favorite move is when they throw it up spinning, like it's going tumbling, and at the same time it's turning tumbling, and when they bring it down, they're spinning it on the back of their head as it's coming back down.
I mean, they just got nothing but time. Is that what I'm seeing? Nothing but time, and they're like, fuck it, you know?
I mean, they've got to be out there. I mean, if they've made it that far, that must mean they're doing a good job, right? They're showing up on time. You know, if I see that guy is that good at sign spinning, like, and I own a company, I need to hire that guy. I need a sniper.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, is it that worth it? Is it driving that much traffic to your organization?
It's not the fact that I'm driving traffic to my organization. I don't need him as a sign spinner. I just need him to come, like, clean my office, you know? Hey, that guy has put
I just need to support that gentleman in whatever the fuck he's doing, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, whatever journey he's on, I could see that whatever he puts himself to, or herself to, you know, he committed to that sign spinning. I need him to commit to mopping my floors.
I'm going to say that sign spinning is a inherently male-dominated industry.
Yeah, I'd say so, for sure.
You know, I would say that gender appropriation has not made its flagship message mark.
There should be equality, though, you know. Why not? Why aren't women out there? Why aren't they being?
Well, my dad said when you factor in maternity leave, there is equal pay. So, I mean, when you really get down to the brass tacks, what we're talking about here, how was your Christmas?
Christmas.
Do you celebrate, Satan? What?
Huh? Yeah, I celebrate the good old Chrysler.
Yeah, Chrysler. Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler. Had a great Christmas. Went Christmas Eve. Spent time with my girlfriend and her family, and had a Bulgarian Christmas. They pretty interesting. They don't eat meat on Christmas Eve, so all their dishes have to be vegetarian. That was pretty interesting. Weird. All delicious though. And then, well, it kind of makes Christmas Day a little bit better because then you just chow down on some good like honey ham, you know, some good turkey or something. It makes it even that much special.
We went out before Christmas, and I had a vegan burger, and I'm here to say it was probably top 3 burger I've ever had, vegan or not.
What?
Unbelievable.
Was it a black bean burger?
No, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was some Jewish shit, Lochti. I don't know. Fucking amazing. Anyway, continue on. You were forced Bulgarian, grass fed, all natural.
It was delicious, man. I like Bulgarian food. It was good. They have some.
I would fucking hope so.
Different traditions. I think they have to have 9 dishes on the table. So there's like all 9 different types of things. Drink Bulgarian moonshine. That was fantastic. And then Sunday went to the families over in Orlando and celebrated over there. So it was pretty good. What about yours? Oh, by the way, I was still working on the tile during that whole process, so I had to take a break from the tile. That's how long I've been working on that.
Oh, dude, yeah, you spent thousands of dollars on like wasted time.
100%.
Well, it's not wasted. It's not wasted. We all know it's not wasted. You're learning a trade.
Picking up a trade, but I'm like, was this worth it at all? You know, calling my dad because he knows how to do all this, and he's like sending me videos, telling me how to do it. I was like, at one point, I was almost like, Dad, I'll pay you to come finish this. Like, if you just come down here and do this. You know,
well, I mean, that's the other thing too, is like if you're really in it for the tradesmanship, like learning the skill is worth it, even if you break even, right? Like if someone else did the exact same work, you save the time, but you learn the skill. Like with my plumbing here, I can't get hot water in my shower. My shower is like flaccid, lukewarm, not pleasurable, not unpleasant, but not being unpleasant is almost more unpleasant than really getting you where you want to go. It's the blue balls equivalent of a shower. is what I got.
I mean, it just sounds like it's cold shower season for you right now. Going back to the cold showers.
Right. I hear where you're trying to go, and it somehow pigeons me whole into what. And my father would say there's a bullet behind both doors, so I'm just going to choose not to acknowledge that statement at all. So I took the faceplate off of the shower. You ever done that? You ever taken the stuff off the shower?
You mean like where the knobs are and stuff?
Yeah, the devil is located behind that. So you take that off, and you're looking into a world of you don't know what the fuck is going on. I mean, there's knobs. They're color coded. Clearly, red means hot. Blue means cold. And so I just started twisting stuff, see what happens. And you know what? Eventually, you figure it out. So I called my brother, who just launched his own construction company. You know, Kel. And so,
congrats, Kel.
I mean, this is what Kel does for a living, right? You know, like all kinds of construction stuff. Granted, he's not a plumber, but I walk him through the logic. It kind of reminds me of the electrician, where it's like, hey, did we talk about that last week?
About him being an electrician?
No, the electrician last week. I mean, I got a confession. I ate an edible before the show, and we took too long to get set up. I was hiring fucking giraffe pussy last week. I don't remember the show that we did, and so I apologize. That was my fault.
Hey, real fast, do you hear a buzzing sound on your end?
That's the fan again, dude. You're hearing the fan.
Is that
or
what
maybe
that
not? Is? It could be tetanitis. Is that what it's called? Where you just hear shit. Have you fired any rifles recently?
No,
any handguns?
I kicked something with my heel back underneath my chair, and then the buzzing stopped. So I'm gonna hold my heel right there the rest of this podcast.
I think. Do you smell any like buttered toast, burnt toast?
Yeah, I don't know.
You could be having a stroke.
I could be completely having a stroke right now, and that's okay.
That's really shocking for right now. I mean, talk about clickbait though material. Anyway, so I brought an electrician out to the house, and long story short, spent $400 for them to tell me, yeah, you
did talk about that. You did talk about that. I remember that. Yeah.
So you just got to flip a switch. And so I call Kel, and I'm like, hey, man, it'd be super cool if I could avoid paying $400 for a plumber to come out and tell me, oh, yeah, you just have to turn this knob, right? So I did all the knob turning that I could potentially do, and Kel told me, yeah, man, it's time to call a plumber. That really grinds my gears, you know? So here I am, really cool house. And like I told Abby, because she got frustrated about the amount of money we've been spending on shit, everybody wants the Ferrari, but nobody wants to change the oil.
That's a good way of doing that.
You know?
No one wants to. I mean, that's kind of expected though when you go into. I mean, it didn't. I don't. The way that house looked, I'm kind of surprised by the problems that you're having. But
I thought this house would I thought it'd fucking give me a good reach around as soon as I walked in. I have gotten nothing but bent over. So very different experiences from
more than the previous house, or your
oh no. Yeah, compared to that experience, this is a happy ending. I mean, you're right.
Okay.
For sure.
You're not ripping up floors, anything like that. So
no. We're doing great, and I mean all the love. House, if I knew you're receiving this energy, I love you. Please don't fuck me.
I just need you to have it ready when I come and visit. That's all. Just have it done.
Oh, dude, yeah, we'll be gravy, good to go. We got some people coming in a couple weeks. Now there were rats in the attic that I got a hold of. With some rat traps. And
if it ain't a chicken problem, it's a rat problem.
Dude, I'll take rats over chickens any day of the week, right? Those guys, you can just set a trap. Like, imagine if a rat woke you up by crowing at 4 a.m. in your wall.
But instead they're
burn
going
the house down. But not really. They're not. I mean, one of the guys that I caught, I mean, the nuts on this rat. I thought he was a squirrel. These nuts were so big. It was huge. And I don't know if I caught his Louise, you know. I don't know if I caught his like Thelma and Hyde, but
yeah.
What I damn sure did do is I saw them, got distracted, came back 2 days later, and went to pick up the rat, and the tail fell off. That's a scarring experience.
The tail fell off like a lizard would?
No, no. Like a latex glove coming off of your penis. It just degloved the tail, the skin. And the stench, I don't know why I'm being so vulgar with this. I mean, that's why
What
we're going to, but
the hell?
the stench accompanying that experience, I mean, it penetrates your space. I mean, it's just like,
Fantastic.
So that's where I've been at. I mean, the Christmas was cool. We didn't, we kind of chilled around because I was back in Tampa, but we didn't really have a chance to get out and do much. It was good, man. It was nice resetting. I got away from some vices like nicotine. That was like the first time I'd felt the vice and nicotine setting in because I'd with all the move of stressing and stuff. It was like just interesting taking a break from that. I feel very reset. You know?
I wouldn't. While I've been doing the tile, I went and bought a nicotine pen. Just
right.
to get it. Chrissy is like, when do you smoke nicotine? And I was like, right now. That's when this is happening.
Yeah, right. But like, doesn't it make you edgy? You know?
Not really. No, not me. I mean, for me, it's not. I like doing it just to keep me awake if I'm gonna have a long night on something.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
That's
same.
like
I mean, that's how it started. And then.
Yeah, but I can't. Like, y'all can inhale it pretty easily and keep puffing it. I actually have to, like, I can't keep doing that. I have to do it every now and then. For whatever reason, I can inhale weed and be fine, but when it comes to nicotine, I can't take like a huge inhale of it. My body rejects it pretty quickly. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's between that and taking a break from weed and
probably felt nice though.
It felt great. I mean, I went with the intention of trying to get drunk over Christmas break, and it's like obviously if you're serious about the intention, you can make it happen. But I never really felt called. I was like, man, I want to get shit faced. But I think it's because I'm at the age. If it's like I'm around family,
yeah.
I don't feel the need to get hammered. It's only when I'm around fucking knuckleheads like you and my other buddies where it's like, let's do some stupid things where that wild hair comes out, and then tomorrow you feel like shit. But when I was keenly aware of being around family, how not worth the hangover was going to be. You know?
Was other family members getting drunk?
Everybody was drinking. It's just a nice steady buzz. None of that like let's take shots or just kind of up the ante.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, one of my my uncles was making shots at the Christmas party for my family, and I was like, "Oh, that's the direction we're going." Like, I thought we were just having some beers.
Right.
Like, "Oh no, he's going in the other room, like looking up how to make a different shot." And I was like, "Stop doing that.
Stop doing that.
Stop looking at different ones."
No, we had some really good shots. I mean, we just kept it cordial, kept it light. Yeah, I mean, no one wanted to do Molly with me, which was kind of disappointing. But
not even Uncle Terry.
Not even Santa. Not even Santa. You can believe it. No, I didn't bring any Molly. That'd be kind of weird. But I am really excited to see Tool in what, just over a month or so.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Tool,
awesome.
by the way, is in Tampa, not Orlando.
I gotta figure that out, how to get to that.
They're at Amalie Arena.
That's gonna be sick.
Right?
So sick.
So yeah, I gotta figure out kind of some of the logistics. I'm flying in, literally I get in. I'm gonna just be there for one night, and then I think I come back for Stanch's wedding and stuff. Which Stancha, if you're listening to this, if you could please reply to my text messages, that would be awesome.
She's been crushing in the yoga game.
Yeah, dude, I need to get into yoga, bro. I've totally let my body go since moving here.
Is that gonna be part of one of your New Year's like goals? Getting into yoga? What are your goals for coming up in the new year? Great question.
So this weekend, I am very heavily considering buying a truck.
Yeah, buddy. It was eventually going to happen.
I mean, that's been a goal for a long time, but we're doing a dry January. So, no drugs, no alcohol, which I think honestly is a great way to start it off. Really get nice grounding clarity. I mean, the goal with, I don't really need another vehicle, but it's a nice it's just one of those things where, I don't know, uh, having any kind of resistance to something that you know is good for you. Like when I want to go work out, do yoga, whatever, like coordinating with another individual, it is resistant. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think what I've done in the past is, packed on, like my body weight now is like around 170 consistently. And until this year, I've never broken through 170 like ever. And I tried really hard to do that, but now I have so much muscle that I'm consistently hovering around 168, 170. So I think instead of getting into, make a long story short, like talk about an answer to a question. I'm gonna do like a month of yoga, maybe a little bit longer, because I know how good that's gonna be for my body and like resetting my joints and my muscles, and my back's been really killing me. So that's a big one. Big goal for this year is to completely eliminate my back pain. That was a goal last year that I did an amazing job of, but I didn't eliminate it. I think monetarily, in the back of my mind, I've been really focused on wanting to make $200,000 in a year for the first time. Buy my third house this year is another goal. Take an ayahuasca trip, definitely a goal. Burning Man, definitely a goal. I think that's some of the ones that are coming up for me right now. How about you?
My biggest one is going to be getting more sleep this year. Like I'm going to focus on, like even if it's getting in the way of something, because a lot of times I get a lot of stuff done at night. That's just a time where like the rest of the world just isn't bothering me, and I can just focus on what I want to do to get things done, or it's just a time to relax. I'm really going to focus on, even if I need to get something done, just putting it to the side until the next day. Like it can wait type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I'm going to be focusing on this year, is really getting more sleep. And then the other one is going to be just doing more, like getting more cardio activity. Like I did a lot of powerlifting this past year. So I want to include more cardio into that. So going to BJJ more, and then doing a lot more biking, because I want to get down. I want to get another 20 pounds down. I lost 20 pounds this past year, and I want to get another 20 pounds down. So that's definitely on my goal is sleep, and sleep will concur, of course, with that too as well. And then the other part is also purchasing another home this year. That's my goal, is get renters into this house currently by the summer. Just have the whole entire house rented out. And then moving into a home. Chrissy and I are looking at homes to go get together. And then we're also looking at rental properties to invest on in together. So looking to do that as well. But definitely Burning Man. That's happening. I don't care. I'll block out the rest of the world to go to that thing for sure. And then the ayahuasca trip would be cool. And then was really hoping to try to go to Bulgaria this year with Christy. I don't with everything going on, I don't know if that's going to happen this year, but we'll see if we get the opportunity to. But definitely doing a lot more traveling, like a lot more like weekend warrior stuff.
Yeah.
Finding like what we've been trying to do is find like cheap flights to different places. Like for whatever reason, Milwaukee might be like cheap flights for whatever reason, or cheap that weekend. Like, okay, cool, let's utilize that, and then let's see what we can go do there, type of thing. Trying to do more.
Yeah. Have you thought about what I'm thinking? I think this is like a great thing to consider for all kinds of goals. Like, so around your sleep, have you thought about like what your minimum acceptable standard would be for sleep?
6 hours, and then 5 hours. I can run it, but I'm pretty tired still after it. 6, I can get pretty good enough that I can run most of the day on 6. And then if I get 7 or 8, man, I feel like $1 million.
Yeah. I feel another challenge coming on, Dylon. And how about the cardio? Around the cardio, what are some benchmarks you can invite in that realm?
I really want to going to BJJ. I picked it up more this year, and I want to get back at, like, because like going even more regularly than I did this past year. That's great cardio for me. I love doing that. And then I got into biking more. I upgraded my bike because that's just better on my knees than going for like run-ins or walks. So I started doing that a little bit more too as well. So those are the two like cardio things I've been getting more into.
Yeah, but there's getting into it, and then there's like specific measured activity.
Well, I was doing for a little while. I was able to get to. I was doing about 15 miles consistently every day for a little while in the biking earlier.
You want to attach like times?
So that was like an hour. That was an hour to an hour and a half of 15 miles. That's what I was doing. So if I could,
I'll tell you what feels really fucking good is like if you're like getting. Sorry, I cut you off. Getting to what kind of time? Like an hour?
What time?
An hour for 15 miles? Is that what you're gonna say? Getting to that or?
No. Oh, it would be cool to. I mean, what I've been doing was pretty good. Like an hour, I think was 15 miles was pretty good.
Okay.
That's cooking. Like that's going. If I could get like 20 miles in an hour, that'd be even better.
That would be moving.
That'd be moving. I think I have the bike for it now. I upgraded my bike. I took it in for. I took one of my bikes in that I was using my road bike in for repair, and they were like, at this point, you're just gonna be paying more into this. You should just upgrade. And I was like, actually, I was looking to do that anyway. So I went and upgraded. Sold my bike, my old bike, by the way. So I bought my old bike. How much did I pay for that? I think I bought it for $180 at the beginning of COVID, like way early in the beginning when like bikes weren't that crazy expensive. Yeah. And then sold it for $200 recently.
Sick.
Used bike.
Like well used.
Well used. Yeah. Even like the people were like, yeah, but when I took it in, they're like, oh yeah, you use your bike, but this is a good bike and you've kept it up to date. If someone knows what they're doing with this, they'll come and get it and they'll know how to fix it up.
Yeah.
$200. So I made money on a bike. Plus I got it on sale though. So it was like a $400 bike that it was half off in the beginning of COVID. A little bit more than half off. And then I was even able to sell it for.
Can't be mad about that.
I was like, this is what it feels like to sell like a used car that you bought right now.
Even dude, so, I am like, all over this truck, man. I
hope you get it.
Well, it's this truck I really want, and it's tripping me out because it's $40,000, and all the other trucks in this area are like 44, 45. So it's 3.5 hours away. And so I'm like, the only way I can wrap my head around doing this is maybe like calling a mechanic and be like, hey, I'll pay you $100. I'm gonna have the dealership bring it to you, and evaluate it, tell me what's up, and because the car dealership's like the typical. I don't know.
I've been seeing a lot more trucks popping up on Facebook Marketplace recently.
Yeah, I can't really trust that though. I'm not going for that. I mean,
if you do like kind of what you were talking about with your mechanic, like, hey, you ask the person, like, hey, if you find a good value one on Facebook Marketplace somewhere, you're like, hey, look, would you trust a mechanic coming and looking at it to check it out?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the idea too. And it's like, what's the worst thing that can happen if the truck is about $4,000? Apples to apples than any other truck, less than any other truck around here. If I pay for an extended warranty, I mean, I'm kind of covering my bases there,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the way I'm thinking about it.
You get all the little bit bells and whistles that come with it too. Just the, if it breaks down within the first 30 days or something, like what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out. I mean, I think the point of emphasis is really just going into the new year, and like my planner just got delivered. I'm excited about that, and that's something that I know. I took
what you said, by the way, and refinanced my student loans.
Did you?
Yeah, I took what you. I had to think about it for a while because remember I told you I was worried, and you were like, "Well, are you going to make a bet on yourself then?" Basically, because then you're basically leaving the platform that you're on. That if you ever can't make a payment or whatever, you can tell them to stop. Whereas transferring over to SoFi, if you can't make a payment, they're going to be like, well, screw you. You need to make a payment. Yeah. So because I paid off my car loan, I was like, all right, I feel comfortable. I can move over to this now, and then be able to hopefully get rid of some of those missed payments from way back in the day to get off my credit credit score.
Oh, I do remember having that conversation. So yeah, because when you refinance it now, it's going to be considered a new loan, and the other loan drops off, right?
Other ones drop off now, which those are the ones, right?
That's the one that's been hurting you.
Those
Keep
are the ones that have been
talking.
hurting me.
Jelly Bean's demanding entry.
Oh, Jelly Bean's demanding entry. Leo over here is just nice and sleeping. He's been wondering what the hell's been going on as I've been doing all this tiling. Jelly Bean's like, let me in. Let me in. Jelly Bean. There's the old boy.
The big tank now, dude.
Look at
He's
that.
a big boy. Look, he's a big boy.
Didn't you get a dog?
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't tell you about that. I got a dog.
I saw that.
Gotta pet that dog.
You gotta pet that dog, cat dog.
Yeah, dog.
What's his name?
Yeah, man. Loki.
Loki. Nice.
Yeah, he's cool, dude. He's really cool. He's a German
Puppy?
Shepherd. Yeah, 4 months, 3.5, 4 months, something like that.
Biting, shitting everywhere.
Definitely pissing everywhere. Yeah, it's been pretty cool. No, he's a really cool dog because he's got the temperament of a cat. So it's been kind of interesting. He's like a puppy, but at the same time, like, how Jelly Bean acts like a dog?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the dog acts like a cat. He just, like, doesn't have to be up your ass every second. If you go into another room, just like Jelly Bean, he's like, yo, what's up? I got to come in there with you.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, man, I mean, we took him out shopping yesterday. They have dog-friendly shops around here, like Zara and H&M and Nordstrom.
Mm-hmm.
Bring the dog right in there. It's pretty cool.
I was at a store at an outlet mall doing some Christmas shopping, and when I was in there, I think it was like I was getting a gift for my mom. I got her a nice purse, and someone had brought in, I guess, their dog into the store, and while I was at the checkout line, so the lady next to me was complaining of like, don't you have a no pet policy? Like my daughter is allergic to pets, so like if the dog hair was in the purse and then they got I just saw the lady behind the counter like rigging up her stuff, just going, yeah, you're right. We probably shouldn't allow like not doing anything about the dog, of course. Why would I? Like, yeah, we probably shouldn't allow that. That's unfortunate. Anyway, have a great day. Just like, please leave.
That's what I want out of my employees. Exactly what I want. So if you want to check out pictures of my dog, I gotta throw Loki up on my Instagram. So in the new year, I'll also be posting a lot more content. But Loki also does have his own Instagram. So I'll
you gotta start posting some reels from the podcast.
Yeah, dude. I just haven't been posting anything. I've just been holding off on Instagram. But in the new year, come the first, your boy's back in the content.
I figured you were just posting them to TikTok.
No, I just been taking a break from everything, honestly. I just didn't know what direction I wanted to take my
it was interesting
media.
Watching one of the reels that I posted. It got to, I think, 2,000 to like 2,500, right? And then it like plateaued, and then like a week later, it picked right back up again.
Yeah, isn't that trippy how that happened?
It went to like 5,000 after that. I was like, that's interesting. Just seeing that, and then someone picked it up, shared it or whatever, and then that picked it up even more.
Yeah. And that's how porn happens in a nutshell.
That's that Professional Hippies porn.
That's it, baby.
Need that to blow up.
I think the premise of this podcast, something I want to expand on, because I'm about to have to run, go eat some dinner. But there's something I think I want to continue into next week and right on into Magic Butter is the theme of like, what do we want this year to be? Something that I've been thinking about a lot recently is that it feels really interesting that, we're kind of at the age and time now where, you're really seeing how fast the year goes by.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so it's trippy that you can actually see if you plan for something, it come to fruition. And if you don't, that you'll be looking back a year from now wishing you would have.
Mm-hmm.
And so, premise that I'd like to continue in the next episode is like, okay, what are some of the tangible actions that we can take and implement at the beginning of the year to not only like set good goals, but to also set up, a back end infrastructure accountability to make sure that a year from today, we're not only like proud of what we did, but each year is better than the last.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do that where we get, obviously we'll have our own personal ones, but it'd be interesting to actually create something like that for just us and the podcast listeners to, at the end of the year, look back on like our goals that we set for ourselves on the podcast, and then just bring it back at the end year in review. How did we do?
Oh, hell yeah!
That would be pretty sick. I know we were doing the monthly one, but like a good solid like year one. And like we don't really, a couple updates throughout the year, but that would be pretty cool, I think.
I agree.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Like, you know what? And I'm not gonna forget about it. I still gotta wax my legs. Still gotta do it.
Yeah, I brought the waxing kit with me, so I guess whenever you come to visit, we'll take care of that.
Yeah. Lovely. Welcome to Texas. Lay down, bitch.
All right, big dog. Hey, if y'all love this episode and y'all want to stay in touch with us, hit us up on the grams, but also share with people you know that you love, maybe people you don't, but need some love. We are Professional Hippies.
Magical Butter, we're doing that right now, the promotion. So we'll be announcing that here in one of the next couple podcasts, but share the episode, tag 3 friends, and Colton and I, so we know you did it, and then comment what you would make out of that butter. And
tell me what you're going to make out of that butter.
Tell me what you're
going to make out of that butter. Tell me.
Some dark brownies. Some chocolate brownies. You enjoy yourself, folks.
All right, boys. Let's remember our training.
Run it back!
We are some hippies, these are my friends. Come along with